Hi guys, what's up? Hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. This video is super important for each and every college student. In this one, being a college mentor to you, I guess it's very important to address one of the most asked questions, which is the average cost of living for a college student. Whether you are a fresher who is going to be joining college or the one who is looking in for colleges and is going to be joining college in the next few years, this video is super important. Make sure you watch this video till the very end because I will try covering each and every cost that is associated, which you guys should be aware of and you guys should know about, whether it's the hidden cost, fake cost, controllable cost, variable, fixed, whatever. And at the same time, at the end of this video, I will be giving you guys some very important tips of how you guys can save your money in college. Let's get started. Firstly, why am I making this video? Number one, because I am a college mentor and I feel it's a very important topic to be addressed. Secondly, I was genuinely getting a lot of queries from students, specifically the ones who are joining college this year, about what is the average cost of living in various cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, and specifically for colleges around like Christ University, NMIMS, Jain, Alliance, Symbiosis. So I thought that this detailed video will cover each and everything. Thirdly, and most importantly, even though I have made a very detailed video on this 2 years back, and thank you so much, that video is approximately at 50,000 views. So thanks for the love. But right now I am in Bangalore and I feel that video really needs a lot of changes and upgradations, majorly because of one factor, and that is inflation. Yes guys, inflation is across the roof. It is prevalent in all the sectors: primary, secondary, tertiary, jobs, businesses, and I don't know whether it's because of only COVID or just like the whole global scenario. Prices of each and everything has risen up. Trust me guys, it's already been more than a month that I'm in Bangalore and I feel that the prices now are nowhere comparable to the ones when I was genuinely staying in my college time in Bangalore at Christ. Ever since then, I've been talking to so many students who are currently in various colleges across, and after that is when I have come up with this detailed video capturing down on each and every expense for a student and how much it has changed and what exactly is going to be your average cost of living in college. Even though I'm making a very generic video, this is super tough to define and put into boxes because the average cost of living, forget about the college fees, because if you're staying in a government college, then obviously it's way cheaper than the ones in private, and even in the private colleges, fees differ from college to college. Christ can have absolutely different fees than XYZ ABC college and likewise. But the major aspect when it comes to your expenditure is based on standard of living. So the kind of place that you're staying in, the kind of food that you're eating, where you are partying, how much money you are spending, all of that is majorly dependent on the standard of living and the kind of life you live. I have been a college student myself. I can tell you, whatever budget you set for yourself, you can have a living in that. Okay, even in my time, there were people who used to have a monthly budget of just 10 to 12,000 and they used to survive. And at the same time, there were people who had a monthly budget of 70 to 80,000 rupees per month. And then again, they used to, sometimes feel short of money. So what I'm trying to say is that your personal budgeting and the kind of standard of living or lifestyle that you choose, whether it's your living style, eating habits, whatever, will majorly define the kind of money structure that you need to survive in college. Irrespective of that, I have majorly broken the expense structure to majorly 3 expenses, along with the others, which I'll be talking to you at the end by the end of this. Number one is your accommodation, whether it's the hostels that you stay in or the PGs or your private accommodations or private apartments that students can tend to choose to stay. I have put down a lot of tours for hostels. At the same time, I have already given you guys tours of PGs, but hold on, I am coming up with a lot more of PG tours so that you guys have absolutely all the tours that you need and exactly know on all the kind of options that are available in PGs, because usually PGs are recommended for college students. So you please wait on for like another 10-15 days for all the videos to be released on my channel. And obviously for that, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you guys regularly get updates whenever I upload any new video. Secondly guys, is the food. And third is the travel. Let's get the elephant out of the room, talking about accommodations guys. So college hostels can charge you somewhere approximately rupees 4,000 a month to 10,000 rupees a month. This again, it varies from four sharing, three sharing, two sharing, or single sharing. And again, with various permutations and combinations, spacious room, short room, shared washroom, not shared washroom, AC, non-AC, all of that. This cost is usually without food because a lot of college hostels do not provide food. So just like Christ University, they do not provide food to students. Students have to fetch the food on their own. Majorly students eat it through college canteens, and that is the reason these hostel cost is less. In case if there are colleges that provide hostels, like Alliance University has a mess, they add the fees of mess to their hostel fees, and then actually this cost would go way higher. Secondly is the PGs, which are one of the most preferred options that you have, and they range somewhere from rupees 9,000 to 25,000. Again, there is no limit. Like, it doesn't mean that all the PGs will come under 20,000. There are 25,000. There are also PGs that go way higher, but this cost has increased. During our time, you would find PGs from like 8,000 to 16, 17,000 or 18,000. But now that cost has gone up way higher. But with this cost going higher, there are a lot of services that these PGs have started to provide. At the same time, I mean, there are PGs that have four sharing or three sharing, two sharing, or single sharing. But one of the best parts about PG is that each and everything is taken care of. That is the reason even in my first year, I decided to choose to stay in a PG. Same with my sister, even she decided to choose to stay in a PG because everything is taken care of. You don't need to worry about electricity bills or Wi-Fi or food and all of that, because all the PGs usually come up with four meals, like which is like a breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. So that is one of the good parts about PGs, and that is the reason why people choose PGs to stay in. Thirdly, our apartments. Even the cost of apartments, guys, have gone way higher than usual. They start somewhere around 8,000. That too, would an ideal scenario would be like a 3 BHK, which is shared either by 6 boys or 6 girls. And then again, apartments have no limit. They can go up to like 30,000 per person as well. At the same time, guys, this cost is exclusive of food, Wi-Fi, electricity bill, laundry, all that. And if you're taking the pains of moving to an apartment, you need to get a bed of your own, TV, fridge, set up Wi-Fi, all that. Until unless, yes, you're moving into a fully furnished apartments, but then the fully furnished apartments are way more expensive than the semi-furnished apartments or non-furnished apartment at all. So this, guys, accommodations is the major expenditure of a student per month in his or her college life. Secondly, talking about food, guys, even the food cost has gone way higher. I was just roaming around Christ University main campus, and the juice that I used to drink every day in the morning, which was 30 rupees, has suddenly become 45. I mean, a lot of you people might just be laughing and thinking, why is he crying over 15 rupees? But suppose if you have to do that every day for the 30 days, that just becomes like 15 into 30. What I'm trying to say is that the breakfast costs you somewhere around rupees 50 to 80. Lunch would cost you somewhere around rupees 80 to 150, and same is the case with dinner. They would cost you somewhere around 80 to 170. Now, guys, all these meals are very student friendly budget meals. So this is not like a buffet kind of a system that I'm talking about. Obviously, you will have those options as well, but this is a very decent, like suppose in the morning if you want to eat like 2 idlis and 1 vada, or in lunch if you want to go for dal chawal or rajma chawal, or if you want to go for a North Indian thali, that would cost you somewhere around 70, 80. Even if you're looking for dinner and you want to go for a thali which has like 1 chicken curry, 1 dal, papad, rice, that would cost you 90, 100. And suppose if you want to go for like a full-fledged meal, which is like a fried rice with that of like Manchurian or gobi 69 or something like that, that will cost you around 120, 130. So these are student friendly meals. Now naturally, if you move on to like Zomato and Swiggy and all that, then you have all the ranges, but usually these are the ones that I'm talking about, which is around, usually situated around the campus. They are these student friendly dhabas or small cafes, and at the same time students even have the option of choosing like meals with these college canteens, wherein you get like a coupon for 30 days. They tend to be cheaper than usual, so even those options exist. Now you would also find like tiffin system, some aunties making home food and sending it, and all those options exist. Majorly food for hostel students is super important because they need to fetch all the 3 meals from outside. However, if you are a PG student, then usually you would end up eating your breakfast and dinner in the PG itself, and lunches are usually in college, but then you can plan to go back to your PG, quickly eat and come back in the lunch break that you have from college. But that really depends from student to student, so you guys can do your math of how much money you would be spending on your basic food. This, guys, is not a full-fledged 4-course, 3-course meal. You will not get that in this amount of money, but this is like very student budget friendly meals. Talking about travel, so guys, in case if you're staying near to college, then obviously you don't need travel, which means, if you're staying in like 1 kilometer vicinity, you can be walking on your own to college each every day. But at the same time, if you're staying further away from college, then you would need an auto or a cab or a personal vehicle. Even the cost of auto, cabs and personal vehicles have gone way higher. As you know, the petrol and diesel costs have shot up. At the same time, even if you're staying near to college, trust me, from my personal experience, if you're waking up late in the morning, you would end up either taking an auto or a cab. And these auto people, specifically if you're in Bangalore, then they're going to scam you, because they know it's last minute, you need to reach to college, and they will ask you whatever price they will ask you. Even for a small distance which would not cost either more than 30 rupees, they will cost you like a 60, 70, 80. So make sure you are leaving your PGs on time to reach to college. At the same time, autos and cabs turn out to be super expensive. So in case if you're staying further, or even for general purposes, I would really suggest you to get like a personal vehicle. Maybe not initially, but after you've adjusted in the college, having a vehicle like an Activa, and a lot of people even get like their cars, is recommended, because you end up saving in comparison to autos and cabs. They are way better. Plus, specifically, like the auto system in Bangalore is very bad. The autos usually don't go to the place that you want to go. You still have like Ola autos and Rapidos, but then sometimes they are not really very good. So personal vehicles are recommended, but even better than that is staying near to college, so that your basic commute, your daily commute is avoided. Talking about the most important aspect, which are the other expenses. Now guys, these are completely subjective to you. I have listed down all these expenses which I think are there. In case if you feel there are more expenses, please feel free to comment below, so that a lot of other people who are visiting this video later on can feel about those expenses. But then this majorly defines the kind of lifestyle that you live. Number one are parties. I am no one to tell you whether you should party, not party, all that. Even in fact, I am one of those who would tell you to party, but then parties come at a cost. Bare minimum that you end up spending is like 500, and it can go up to a minimum of like 2000. Obviously there is no limit. If you end up drinking a lot or something, then each and every bar or a party place is super expensive, and all these clubs and like clubbing specifically on the weekends is super expensive. But then suppose if you are planning to pre-booze and or not drinking at all, and you're just going for the music, not eating any food, then you'll surely just end up spending less than 500. In our time, guys, specifically for girls, there were free entries. So there were girls, specifically my classmates, my closest friends, that used to go for almost every party and not end up spending money. Plus there are these lady nights where the girls used to get like free drinks and free alcohol. At the same time, there are times even in today's time, like just day before yesterday, I was in a bar in Bangalore, and they had 10 to 11 was free drinks for all the girls, unlimited. Okay, so those schemes still exist, but clubs and bars have become super smart now. So they have started keeping entries even for girls. So even whether you're a girl alone or a boy alone or a couple, you would end up paying entry. But that entry is like a cover charge, which means the money that you pay at the entrance is usable inside. So according to the kind of parties that you do, your expenditure would shoot higher, or you would end up saving money. There are people who party once a week, usually on Saturdays or Sundays, and then there are people who party like an alternate weeks, and there are people who party only once a month. There are people who don't party at all. So just depending on that, this is the kind of money that you would spend up. Secondly is outside dining, which means food from going out for restaurants, cafe. This is not party, guys, but it is just like normally going out for like coffees, or just like for a good meal. The ones that I talked about before are budget friendly meals, but then at the end of the day, sometimes you would really feel like eating a Domino's or some really good meal, or go for a proper fine dine, or like eat some really authentic food, which would obviously come at a cost. So that can range from like rupees 300 to rupees 1200 per meal. And again, if you end up eating in 5 stars and all, then this price can even go way higher. Thirdly is entertainment, which is like going out for movies, some sightseeing, some recreational activity. And again, on that, your money would, depends on the kind of money that you spend. Thirdly, which is an unavoidable expense, is laundry, which ranges somewhere around 300 to 500 per month. It can go way higher. Sometimes in good PGs and hostels, they provide you with laundry services. Some of them provide you with washing machines, so you can at least clean your bare minimum like undergarments and all at your home, and then send your uniforms and stuff for laundry. So again, you can manage that expenditure according to how you feel. At the same time, there is essential shopping, which is unavoidable. That can range from rupees 500 per month to 2000. This includes your grocery like toothpaste, brush, shampoo, or your basic tuck like Coke, chips, and bare minimum namkeen and all that. I know a lot of people, specifically in the first year, they will take a lot of this from their home, but then naturally not every now and then it can come from home. So you need to be buying it regularly. So this also includes, guys, your basic evening snacks. A lot of time I've seen students in the evening love to walk out, take a walk or stroll around their PG or hostel, and then end up eating like momo or chaat, or drinking like an iced tea or a cold coffee or something. So this essentially also includes that. Next up is memberships, which is like gym membership, your OTT platform memberships like Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar, and your mobile and internet bills that you would end up paying. So this also is a cost that you have to include in your monthly expenditure. Thirdly, next up is your tourist cost, which are your tourist travels. Now, as a student, no matter if you're in Delhi, you would love taking a trip to Amritsar or Mussoorie or Shimla or Nainital. If you're in Mumbai, you would love going for like trips to Lavasa, Lonavala, Alibag, all those. If you're in Bangalore, you would love going to Pondicherry, Gokarna, Kodaikanal, and like a hotspot wherever you are, whether in Delhi, Dehradun, Mumbai, Bangalore is Goa, which is like in one trip that people take. So you can end up spending rupees 4,000 per trip to 15,000 rupees per trip, depending on where you go. Now, obviously, these trips doesn't happen like every month. But it depends. But then you have to divide your cost accordingly. So even if you're going for a travel which is once in 6 months, so you need to split that cost across the 6 months. So that can you have to do your math accordingly. Along with that, guys, other expenses, which are some of them are unexpected, some of them are unavoidable, which is like clothes shopping, because you are a college student at the end of the day and you need clothes, whether it's your clothes for going to college or for parties or casuals or formals, whatever that is. At the same time, birthday parties, if you have a birthday of your own, you would love to throw a party at least to your closest of the friends. Even if you don't, even if it's not your birthday but a very close friend's birthday, then everybody would pull in and give him or her a very good gift, or throw a surprise small party. So that is also kind of an expenditure that comes in. Then there are class contributions. Sometimes like a class in general decides to contribute towards a cause, or sometimes classes go for like an industrial visit or some picnics and all that. So you as a student, you would need to be paying that 400, 500, 1000 according to what kind of thing that you're doing. Next up is stationery and photostats. Trust me, before exam, a lot of your money will be going here. You would end up doing a lot of photostats because you feel that's the best way to learn. Even though, yes, I know a lot of people will say, bhaiya, we will do PDFs. So yeah, those options exist, but trust me, photostats are a very good way to studying. Next up is coaching. So even if you're going to college for whatever course that is, whether it's a BBA or a psychology honors or journalism or law, a lot of people end up taking coachings for the next future step, whether it's like CAT, GMAT, GRE, or their masters abroad or anything on that matter. So if you are taking one of those coaching, then there is also an expenditure attached with that. Even if for like CA, CIMA, CFA, if you're taking any coaching related to that as well, you have to pay money. Next up is electronic upgrade. A lot of students, when they come to college, they end up buying a new phone or a new laptop or AirPods or Apple Watch, or even if not like Apple related projects, but just like upgrading yourself in gadgets. There's nothing wrong with that, and as long as you feel there is a genuine necessity for that and you're going to making a good use of that. So there is no harm in buying that. But then again, if you're spending the money, that has to be included in your monthly expenditure. And then next up is like traveling back home. So every now and then for vacations and all, you would either be taking a train back home or a bus back home or flying back home. So that is also an expenditure that you have to incur. Guys, I cannot give you any exact number of how much you would be spending on your other expenses. Like I said, they're super variable, depending on the standard of living or the lifestyle that you have. There will be people who might not, travel at all, who might not eat outside at all, who might not go for any parties at all. So they would surely come up with a less monthly expenditure than the ones who, love to party. They're party animals. They love to go out. They love to try different cuisines. They love entertainment. So, every now and then, whenever there is a new movie, they would love to go for that. Every now and then, whenever there's a long weekend, they would love to take their friends and go for a college trip and all that. So in case if you're doing that, then naturally you would be spending money for that. So these are the kind of other expenditures that you have to incur. Coming to how you can save money, number one thing that I can suggest you is please stay closer to the college that you are going in for, and at the same time please choose a stay which is super good with very good food, because if you are doing that, then naturally you would not spend a lot of your money on daily breakfast, lunch, dinner if your PG food or your hostel food is super good. So that should be your preference number one. So like I said, please make sure you watch all my other videos that are going to be coming up in the next 15-20 days regarding various hostels, PGs, all that, and then only you make a decision of which one you want to join. Secondly, I want to talk about disciplined budgeting. No matter what kind of background you come from, or no matter what kind of spending power your parents have, at the end of the day, guys, it's hard-earned money, and it has come through a lot of labor of love that your parents have done, or money that they've saved throughout their life to be helping you guys get a very good education. So make sure that you're doing disciplined budgeting. That doesn't mean that you stop partying at all or stop spending money at all. What I'm saying is make sure that you have a budget, and then you stick to that budget. Suppose you end up spending money in one particular month because of whatever that reason is, then make sure you control your expenditures for the at least next 2 or 3 months. Because see, the most common words that you will hear in college is, hey, I'm broke, or it's month end, and please lend me money, and all of those things. So make sure that you don't end up in that trap. At the same time, guys, in college, make sure that you are splitting your expenses. That means you don't need to act very smart whether you are a boy or a girl, or you feel that you would love to treat your friends or whatever it is, or you would love to treat a girl, or a girl thinks that I would love to treat a guy. I mean, yes, occasionally you could do that, but if you're regularly going out with your close friends, make sure you're splitting each and every bill. That keeps the friendship healthy, and at the same time that doesn't bother anybody else. I still remember when we used to go out, we used to split each and every bill, be it from the travel to like the place that we used to eat and travel back. And irrespective whether you're a boy or a girl or a senior or a junior, everybody in today's time has Splitwise, which is like a very good app that people use to split their expenses, and they do that, and trust me, that really keeps things very, very sorted. Thirdly, guys, I would suggest you, rather than cutting down on your expenses, make sure that you are having a source of income. So even if you're an 18, 19, there are people who are doing part-time jobs, there are people who are doing internships, there are people who are doing freelancing, all that. I have made a super detailed video of how you can earn money in college. I will be putting down the link in the description of that, so make sure you watch that complete video. So rather than cutting down on expenses, or cutting down on your living style, you can spend really well if you feel, if you're earning money, whether that's through stocks or whatever that is. Okay, I have put down a detailed video, so make sure you watch that. So yes, guys, that's about it for this particular video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please smash the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon, most importantly for the future videos. Trust me, guys, they are super important. At the same time, guys, if you feel that there are other things that you would if you feel that there are other expenses which I have forgotten, make sure you comment below so that other people who are watching this video know about the other comments as well. Hopefully I've tried to cover everything, but in case if I've missed out on anything, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you soon with another video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.